Hello and welcome to the Hornets and Heartbreak podcast. My name is Mark Bernanke. I'm here with my co-host Tim Rogers. What's up, Tim?
What it do, Liquor Mark?
I'm doing pretty well, man. So tomorrow, Tim, you and I will be going to the play-in game against the Miami Heat, the 9 versus 10 game. A little bit disappointing that we didn't make it to the 7 versus 8. Um, they're 3-1 against us this season. They have eliminated us from the postseason in 2014 and in 2016, the last two times the Hornets were in the playoffs. They have a team and a coach with more playoff experience than us, Tim, but the Hornets are just better. The Hornets are just a way better team than this fraudulent Miami Heat team. Tim, how are you feeling? Talk me through it.
Oh. Um, I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even nervous about potentially the season being over. I'm more just like sad that it's coming to a close, kind of regardless, even when we win the finals. Um, just on the off chance that we get knocked off by this Heat team, I just don't really know what I'll do with myself.
Yeah, I'm also extremely nervous. Really, really nervous. We deserve a playoff series, Tim. This team deserves a playoff series. We're eighth in net rating this season in the NBA. Like I was looking on Basketball Reference, our expected wins is like 53 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like we should be cinched to be in the playoffs. And if it goes down like this, like losing to the Heat. I mean, not to mention losing the Heat or losing the other game. Like, I don't really care. I just want a playoff series. And if we play the Pistons, man, we're taking it to six. Um, but yeah, I say that all to say that I'm nervous, and I've come to the realization as a nerd that mathematically it's more likely that we don't make the playoffs than we do. Um, just because you got to win 2 games in a row, and it's more likely that we don't do that. And that's a hard place to be. But fuck that. Fuck math. We're gonna beat the Heat. We're gonna beat the Magic.
One thing that makes me feel a lot better is in the LaMelo Ball era, we kind of have a great track record in the play-in. Could
I
just see Mark's face take a dip right there. I could tell he was trying to explain to me it's wrong.
I'm taking my camera off. No, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, we've kind of just we've been through this before, right? We've had this 10th seed team that feels spunky and feels like, oh, we're gonna win this game. We're gonna beat the Hawks. Um, we've seen this before. I really hope it's different this year. Um, because if this team's ever gonna make some noise, like some deep runs into the playoffs, you gotta take your lumps. You gotta get your playoff series in, where you actually get some experience for these players. And this year would be an opportunity to do that. And you said, you're not sad about the season ending. I am sad about the season ending. I'm not ready for it to end. Um, so yeah, a lot of nerves. The team's probably feeling pretty nervous for tomorrow too. I hope we just blow them out and it's not even a remotely close game because I might have a heart attack if it's close in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, like save the close games for the conference finals and the finals. I do want to essentially be partying in the stadium by like midway through the third quarter.
Yep. Yep. Uh, First game we've gone to together, Tim, in a while. But yeah, so okay, things that have been going wrong. It's not like things have been going that wrong, but we are 5-4 over the last 9 games, which is by Hornets terms, by this year's Hornets terms, not that great. And over the last 9 games, Kon has been shooting the ball a lot worse. He's shooting 36% from the field and 30% on threes. In all those games, he shot under 50% from three. And it's just kind of unfortunate that his shooting slump is coming at the absolute worst time of the year. We're gonna need him if we want to win these next 2 games. We're gonna need Kon to be good, or at least normal Kon in at least one of them.
Yeah, I know. And you know, it's always silly and like when it's your people, you're kind of like, Well, I guess he just doesn't hit the rookie wall. But like normally the rookie wall hit around like January, February, um, not 70 games into a season. It's just a little bit odd, and I think nerve wracking as well. Where yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say that we peaked too early, but I'm very confident. You know how we were playing like even a month ago that we roll the Heat, and now I'm just like a little trepidatious.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, and I think that I mean I'm not putting it all on Kon, but Kon's shooting like he was just so good for 70 games that now him having a rough night shooting completely throws off the flow of this team. It used to be that if Khan's open for three, that's cash. He's been like going long on almost all of his shots, it feels like, hitting back of the rim. And like last night, LaMelo almost caught Khan for the
Oof.
3 pointers made record. Which is like cool that we're so close and like we have Khan and LaMelo 1 and 2 in the 3 point race. But Khan should have ran away with that, probably, but he couldn't because of the last 10 games of poor shooting.
Yeah, like 300 was kind of out of the picture, but yeah, you definitely thought it'd be a little bit higher than that. Um, and it's just, sure we'll talk about it a little later. It's wild that, this rookie is this much of like a factor
Mhm.
for like getting into the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, it's like definitely not on him. It's just he was so good for so long that now that he's been, below average for a period of time, it's kind of surprising because you expected him to just be this rock because that's what he's been for the whole season. But anyways, enough negativity, Tim. 25-26 Hornets. We're 44 and 38, tied for the second best Horncats record of all time. That's since the 04-05 season, since the Bobcats came to Charlotte and then turned into the Hornets. Easily the most fun team of my lifetime. We have an offensive rating of 119.4. Do you want to guess what the next closest offensive rating a Hornets team has had is?
Mm. Is it 116?
114.
Whoa.
So it's 5 points per 100 possessions higher. And that is the 21-22 team. The team that we had that won 43 games and got blown out by the Hawks in the play-in. So it's the best offensive rating we've had by 5.3 points. Um, just insane.
And even though that team at the time, explosive but inconsistent, that's really impressive.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, Tim, what you have? We're gonna do our Horny Awards, the award show for this season. But before we do that, what did you have for Heartbreak of the Week?
My heartbreak of the week is that it. I definitely it's just playing the Heat, and that's kind of like I'm not saying it ruined my Monday because Monday is Monday, but yeah, it's just kind of like been a dark cloud hanging over, and knowing that we weren't gonna like sneak in 7 or 8, it's just kind of been looming over me. None of the games really moved me that much, just because so late in the season.
Yeah, I got you. For me, it's something similar. It's if we had won one more game this season, we would be the eighth seed. But even more jarring than that is that if we had won two more games this season, we would be the five seed. So
Yeah,
that sucks. Like we would win the tiebreaker with the Hawks and the Raptors. And obviously you can think back to
nine
enough.
and ten's just been you know in my head.
Yeah, yeah, it sucks. I mean, I said it earlier, like this team doesn't deserve to be the ninth seed. I mean, mathematically, again, like winning two games in a row, it's just like not likely. The more likely thing is that you go 1-1 and you lose one of them. And the Hornets are going to be favored, I think, against the Heat, and I think we'd be favored against the Magic in Orlando too. We are favored against the Heat by 5.5 points. I think we'd be favored against Orlando too, but I don't know if we'd be favored against the 76ers. But anyways, like we're favored in both games, but it's still not likely that you win both. It's just math. So it's tough. Whereas if you're the eighth seed, it's really likely that you make it in.
Yeah, pretty cushy. And then I've been thinking about it because My boss is from Miami, and we talk about it from time to time. And she was just like, I mean, even if you do win, it doesn't really matter. It's not a real playoff series. And I was like, damn it, that's kind of right. Like, even if it's just cope, it's like then we only take Miami out after that, after all the pain that they've caused us.
I mean, I think we could take the Pistons to 6, and I think that that's a real playoff series. I mean, I think we could make that
Yeah,
an interesting series. And the Pistons are not some complete world beaters. Now, if we put the Celtics, I would say that barring a Tatum injury or Jalen Brown injury, there's pretty much 0% chance we win. I think the Pistons, there's still a chance. Like, I just don't believe that they're good enough that that's like a nothing series for us.
yeah. I think that especially with like 3-point shooting variance, like I mean, there is just a chance that we make over 23s like three times and then win a close game.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially against yeah. Even though the Pistons obviously kind of have our number, they did not shake hands the other night. And honestly, that was kind of cool in my book. I liked that they did that.
hmm hmm Yeah, and that fourth quarter was rough. All right, but enough negativity, Tim. We gotta get out of this little thing we've been doing at the start of the podcast. I know it's Hornets and Heartbreak, but we got a play-in game tomorrow to get hype about. So love of the week, Tim. I have Kon and LaMelo finishing 1 and 2 in the three pointers made race. Like that is just a dream. I cannot believe that is real. But also, I have something else that's just kind of a joke. Bismack Biyombo apparently is still in the NBA. He's playing for the Spurs. I was watching the Hornets game and then flipped over to another game, Spurs Nuggets, and I look up and Bismack Biyombo's in the game, guarding Jokic. He somehow had a 15-year career and has been horrible for like every second except like 2 weeks in Toronto. He's just been a bad NBA
It's,
player, but he's been around since we were like fucking like 13. Like he's been around
yeah,
forever.
I was going into seventh grade. I mean, he was part of the trade that booted Steven Jackson off of the Bobcats.
Yeah. Insane. Insane. He started apparently for them in December in like a real basketball game. Anyways, what was what
He,
was your love of the week?
no, I also had LaMelo and Khan, and they're the first teammates to make 273s in a season other than Steph and Clay.
hmm Yeah, I also saw that they're the only other two teammates to finish 1 and 2 in three-pointers. Stephen Clay did that shit 4 times, which is
That
crazy.
is absolutely insane.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean we are it's not hyperbolic to say that we are the best three-point shooting team or the best three-point shooting like duo or trio since Stephen Clay. I think that's just true. Um, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. Also, just real quick, because I doubt we'll talk about Bismack Biyombo again. Um, if the Hornets aren't going to win the championship, if the Spurs win the championship and Bismack gets a ring, gets to retire, that'd make me pretty happy.
Can't believe he's been in the league for 15 years. That is crazy. He's not
Dude,
been good ever.
nah, nah, no, 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 no. Come on. He was good with the Raptors.
No, for like 2 weeks. It was not long. He was good for a very short amount of time.
He had what, like a 28 rebound game,
Yeah.
and they were just like, "All right, cool, man. Here's $65 million."
Okay. So on that same note of rebound gods, Tim, who do you have for the drum roll, please? 25-26 uh Horney award show. We've been doing this for like 6 years, Tim. Who do you have for most improved player?
All right, for most improved player, me up. I went with Moussa Diabate.
That is also who I had. So the Horney award goes to Moussa Diabate. Tim, he has the best offensive rating in the entire NBA.
absolutely what is it, 140 points per possession essentially when he's on the court.
Yeah, 139 points per 100 possessions when he is on the court. Sixth most offensive rebounds per game in the league. Finished the year with 98 dunks. That's 22nd in the league in dunks. Last year, he was not as effective offensively. He's really kind of found a way to contribute a little bit more, and been more aggressive on that end of the court. Um, yeah, he's got to be the most improved player on this team.
Yeah, because again, like we were fanboys last year, but it was kind of like, okay, well, how real is this? And obviously, some of it's like leads the offense and the people around, but like, I mean, even like assist percentage going from 6% to 9%, turnover percentage going down in the same time, but like playing 9 more minutes per game still went from 14.5% offensive rebounds to almost 15%. Like the fact that he could do that and actually maintain pretty much against most teams in the league. Um, I don't know. Went from like, man, this is like an interesting contract, like player to like, okay, like pretty confident for the next 2 years.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I mean, and he's also like the advanced stats like darling of the entire NBA, basically because of that best offensive rating stat, which is just insane. And that stat's like a little bit misleading. He is not the best offensive player in the NBA. It's that when
I don't
he's on the
know.
court with
I
with
don't
with
know.
LaMelo, Kon, and Brandon Miller. So that's what's going on there, but like it's still a crazy stat. It's still crazy that he's up there that high with that offensive rating. I mean, that's
it's
20 points above our team.
Yeah, it's also crazy because it's not like, oh, we know he had like that really crazy shooting month in like March where like it's like, no, and it's like, okay, well, is he like he's a good role man statistically, but it's like he's not DeAndre Jordan, like just creating so much space. I feel like just with the boxing out, I don't know. Every time in some of its shot selection, is it just the offensive rebounds? Either way, it's fantastic. Oh, and do have to give credit where credit's due. Um, his shooting at the rim went up from 65% last year, which was 33rd percentile, up to 71, 63rd percentile. Pretty meaningful.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think he's gotten a lot better offensively this year. And like shout out to a player that in his what, fourth season in the NBA can improve like that. It's not super common that you see that. For second for this award, I gave this to Brandon Miller, because Tim, he led the team in points per game, which is something that he had never done before. Most efficient season he's ever had. First two seasons he went 55, 54% true shooting. This year it's up to 57. He was ninth in the NBA in free throw percentage, and he set the Hornets franchise record for consecutive made free throws. 10th in the NBA in three-pointers made per game. Again, shout out to us having just the Splash Brothers plus one with Brandon Miller. Um, and then he did something that is pretty remarkable. He made 75% of his shots from 0 to 3 feet. You're just talking about Moussa. Brandon Miller, extremely efficient at the rim. Like by comparison, LaMelo made 58%. LaMelo kind of sucks at the rim, but Brandon Miller, best year by far, managed to stay healthy relatively. Um, and I think he just took a big step forward into becoming you know, uh, almost a lead guy, except we have this triumvirate of lead guys. But yeah, shout out to Brandon Miller.
Wow. Mark, it's almost like we talk about the Hornets with each other every single day. I also had Brandon Miller. I think it was the first stretch in his career. And again, so much of it's so spotty with all the injuries we've had essentially since he joined the team. I would say there was a solid, 2 week to like 1 month stretch where he's the best player on the team. Not the most important, but just when his shot is going in, he doesn't really take anything off the table. Um, it's never like, oh man, Miller, he had 7 turnovers that game. Even when he's shooting poorly, the shots that he misses, it's not like it leads to like fast breaks or anything. What he does defensively, But yeah, I went from thinking like, okay, maybe he's really more of just like not too passive, but just worried about creation. And then the stretch in February, like March, I was like, wow, like maybe the Paul George stuff, which I never really like. I, again, always classify or just want to qualify like post injury Paul George, like not Indiana Paul George. But I kind of finally started to see it this year after all that. And also, I mean, what who else were we going to give it to?
Yeah, no, Brandon Miller was really the person that came to mind. I mean, you could give LaMelo some love. You could give Miles Bridges some love, I think, as well. Here,
Can we?
but yeah. Yeah, Brandon Miller takes the cake. All right, Tim, for best newcomer, first place is obvious. I got Kon. Kon gets the Horny for best newcomer. I don't even think I need to hand it over to you to ask. But for number two, runner up for best newcomer, who'd you have?
I honestly didn't even bother. There was I missing someone?
I mean, there's Kobe White, there's Kalkbrenner, there's Colin Sexton, you could say.
Now,
There's
Kobe
Sion.
White didn't feel fair. It'd be Cockbrenner by default, just because like now enough times passed, and the winning didn't really start to happen until after him. But like he's gonna finish top 15 in blocks this year.
Yeah, no, I have some Cock stats. I also give it to Kalkbrenner because Kobe White didn't play enough.
Yeah.
Um, and you know, for some reason, I'm not like completely sold on him yet. That might just be some bias. He's been pretty good for the past 10 games. But anyways, Kalkbrenner, 10th in the NBA in blocks with 101 blocks. Um, of players that shot at least 200 two-pointers this season, he had the highest two-point percentage out of anybody. So offensively, you know, he didn't even like qualify for like best field goal percentage stats because he didn't shoot enough. But, you know, he just was automatic around the rim. He took 76% of his shots from 0 to 3 feet. Um, and yeah, he was good, man, and he doesn't get enough love. I'm a big Cog stan on this podcast because Moussa came in and like kind of turned this team around, or that's when the team started to win games. But Kalkbrenner's still been like really important. The difference between Ryan Kalkbrenner and like Mason Plumlee this season off the bench is massive. And he is a serviceable backup big, and for a rookie, he's been awesome.
Yeah, I think that I just have blinders on for him a little bit. But yeah, like when I was looking up the stats, I was like, okay, yeah, I kind of forgot how crazy he started off the year. Like, I mean, it's gonna, still has a shot at all rookie second team.
No, I think he will get all rookie second team. And there's also this thing, you know, I was talking to my friend Mike yesterday. I mean, can you imagine a world where Kalkbrenner develops a three-point shot? I mean, he was knocking them down in the G League, or sorry, in the summer league, and in college he could shoot as well.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it being like one of those, like, I mean, do you think he could ever average 1.5 attempts per game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I do.
I'm just you know, just been a little scarred between, Cody Zeller can actually shoot threes. Like Mark Williams, man, you see him in practice. But yeah, I guess it's fair. He did show a little more just based on summer league.
Yeah, and I'm not saying he's some incredible center, but um I mean, Moussa Diabate is the best center we've had since we've been doing this podcast. Is Kalkbrenner like second? I mean, is he like second or third?
Oh my god. I mean, so let's run through it real quick. Zeller, Biombo,
The end of
Plumlee,
Zeller's
the end
career.
of Zeller. That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Zeller's last season. Plumlee, Biombo, PJ Washington, small ball five. PJ Washington was cooking at small ball five that one year, but
Yeah, that's
doesn't
true.
really count. Yeah,
Mm,
I guess it would be Cockbrenner. You know how I feel about our other second round pick, who I'm a little higher on, but like I guess objectively it would be Cockbrenner. Um,
Mhm.
and I guess in a season where we didn't turn into the best team in the league for like a month and a half, he would be a bigger highlight and overshadowed by Khan. And I
Yeah.
guess like I'm curious, because like I'm not like age shaming. I'm older than he is. But like I guess in my head I'm just like, okay, well this is like what it is. But I guess that's not fair.
No, yeah, I mean he's a rookie. He has room to improve. And that's where what I was getting at with this 3-point shot thing. I mean he can still add some muscle. He can still be, I mean, a lot better of a player than he already is. And I mean he's got serious size, man. He does do a good job of defending that paint for us. We've not had a rim protector like him like ever. I mean
Is he
like
the best actual rim protector we've had since Theo Ratliff?
I can't answer that question.
Yeah, and like I really now I'm recognizing my bias because yeah, I do just have it like Kalkbrenner, like yeah, like he did that, but like even at the Heat game, he had like 3 monster blocks, and I was like, get Moussa on the floor.
No, that's what I'm saying, man. Okay, like, we got to move on, but that's what I'm saying is that like so Musa came to the starting lineup, and the team started getting really good. But the other things that happened around that time is the team started getting healthy. Like
Yeah,
it is Musa being amazing, but it's also the team getting healthy, and the team starting to gel together with and without Musa. So I think Kalk gets a little bit of a bad reputation because his record as the starter is not nearly as good as Musa's, but I mean, he's playing in every game. Like he's playing like 20 minutes in every game. He's out there and he's got a good advanced stats just like everybody else. So,
yeah.
some
If
love
he
for Ryan Kalkbrenner.
if he was on the Grizzlies like 3 years ago, people were like they did it again. Another great guy. Um, but counterpoint to that Moose talk, Ryan Cockburn is not the best offensive player in the league, and Musa is.
Yeah,
So
that's facts.
consider that.
All right,
And
Tim,
then yeah, we talked enough con.
we're gonna get dark here. Who'd you have for most heartbreaking?
Woo. Oh, one more time for old time's sake. Should we talk about Trey Mann?
Yep.
So he on this team, and it's not like again, like the minutes are not super high, but it's like games played, like a sturdy enough sample size. He's at negative 18 on off, which like that's twice as bad as LaMelo is good. If Melo plays 20 minutes and Trey Mann plays 10, we're net neutral.
Yeah, that is insane, Tim. I have a stat for you. This year he played in 53 games and has zero point 0.0 win shares. Last year he played in 13 games and he still got zero point 0.1. This year he played in 53, he got zero. Feel bad for him. This was the first year for him of a 3-year, $24 million deal, which is tough for the Hornets. And it's just clear that his back is not correct. But like from the outside looking in, it looks like some Space Jam type shit. I mean, he shot 36% from the field. His first year in Charlotte, he was at 45%. He also had the most turnovers per 36 minutes of his career. Like everything went wrong for him, and he was one of my favorite players on the team. Um, and it just kind of sucks to see him not get to be a part of this team.
Yeah, a team that is just kind of the epitome of like good vibes, man. Everything coming up green in Charlotte. And you check Trey Mann, and it's like the highest percentile of any shot data he has is 30th percentile. And that's for long mid range shots, and it's 33%. And it's like, I feel bad for the guy because he kind of gave us some hope when things were so dire and so boring on these injured teams. And now he is just so clearly the odd man out. And I hope that he turns it around somewhere. But like, I don't know how many injuries it would take for him to ever get like normal minutes here again.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, we have other players in line to kind of get more minutes than him. Um, Runner up, I have Salaün here. Year two for a player who's sixth overall pick, and there's three rookies getting real minutes, and he can't find a consistent spot in the rotation. And I brought this up previously. Next year we have team option for his fourth year, so he'll be on the team next year, but we have team option to pick up his fourth year. I don't think that's getting picked up. It's going to be like $10 million, and he is not going to get that. And he'll be, maybe some other team will find room for him, and like a two-way or something, but he'll be out of the league after 3 years.
Ooh,
That's my prediction.
man. Okay. I mean, I also had him here, but I guess it's just been out of sight, out of mind so long. And like you'll catch some of those G League highlights, and you're like, well, I know this isn't real, but this at least looks better than anytime he's up in the big leagues. You're kind of like, this is the worst basketball player I've ever seen. And I'll still just stand by it. He's got the same measurables as PJ Washington.
Yo, and
And
he's
I
shooting like 43% from three somehow. Like, I don't understand that. Um,
it's
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 fake.
like I keep saying that, but like I don't know. The shot looks better when you see it in the G League, but I don't know. Like I've been fooled by Michael Kidd Gilchrist's jump shot progression in, preseason before. I'm pretty interested to see what happens with our four spot this offseason. And I feel like that'll be pretty telling for Tidjane. Like, because it seems like something we should definitely try to improve. And I feel like if they don't make any like big swing towards that or like anything with Miles, I guess it would be a vote of confidence for Tidjane. But man, you really think it'd be straight to two-way for him? And I guess so. He is terrible.
Yeah, I think he does. And I mean, we have both Miles and Grant on the books for next season. So I mean, we're gonna have to like extend sign one of them for the following season, the 27-28 season. But yeah, I think like the Hornets are like drafting a four this summer, and I mean we haven't even talked about the draft at all because this team's been so awesome, Tim. But yeah, I think they're gonna draft a four, and I mean I could be wrong. Maybe we're actually putting him in the G League to develop, but yeah, I don't foresee a long future for T. John. Um,
They're Hornet fans still, and again, when I say Hornet fans, I mean nerds on the internet will still really like vehemently defend this guy. And I just feel like there's something I'm missing. Um, I know
no,
he's
you're not
young.
missing anything. You're not missing anything.
Yeah, I don't know. He just kind of seems to have like the worst footwork and defensive positioning like of all time. So I don't know. But yeah, he's a beneficiary of like vibes being so good, we completely wasted the sixth pick and no one seems to care.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
All right, Tim, let's get into the most important award here. We might have a difference of opinion here. We're gonna see MVP.
all right. I feel like you can make a cheeky case for someone else, but this is our guy, our day one. It's LaMelo Ball.
That's also who I had, Tim. Uh, I got a ton of LaMelo stats for us. So LaMelo played in 72 games this season, second in the league in three-pointers made. 10th in the league in box plus minus. He's shooting 37% on threes while taking the most three-pointers per 36 minutes of anybody in the entire NBA. So he's shooting the
Ooh.
most threes per minute of anybody. And he's third in the league in assist percentage. And this is what I really want to highlight. Um, he's got a 42.7% assist percentage. What that means is that when the team makes a field goal, when LaMelo's on the court, 42.7% of the time, it's an assist from LaMelo. And that's just crazy. Like half the time when LaMelo's on the court, when we make a shot, it's a LaMelo assist. The only two players ahead of him are Jokic and Cade. Cade is like a notch ahead of him. I'm looking for the right word there. And then Jokic is at 50%, which is just like crazy.
Wow. That is crazy for Jokic. Um, Yeah, absolutely. And again, there's so much mellow conversation to be had. I feel like this is the first year, and again, just because we were all healthy and firing, like the team is melded in his image. And
Hmm.
it's not like he's Chris Paul, where like, okay, you know what a Chris Paul offense looks like. But I think this is the start of what we know a LaMelo offense looks like. Like the team, it's high volume threes, low free throw rate, and it just doesn't really matter. And it's not like some crazy, like, oh, we're just fast breaking, we're pushing down everyone's necks. Like, no, like LaMelo has this half court identity now. Um, I mean, and even like go back to his rookie year, and people still say, "Oh man, he just wheels and deals too much, a little carefree with the ball." So when he was on the court as a rookie, it was +2 turnover percentage, which was 20th percentile. Now it's negative 2.7, 97th percentile in the league. Like when LaMelo's on the court, LaMelo will turn it over, but other people aren't. Like it's a pretty tight drum of an offense now with this guy.
Damn, that's a really good stat. That's a really good stat to pull out there, Tim. I know you got that subscription. What's that called again?
Cleaning the glass.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You told me that you got that. I gotta get the login info. That's a good stat right there. It shows how this offense has just progressed, and like we're hard on him too. But he is the best player on the team. And he was the best player this season. The last episode we recorded was, too much. Is there too much LaMelo? And he can shoot the ball too much sometimes, and he can do dumb shit. But you know what outweighs that? Like having the best Hornets offense of all time by 5 points per 100 possessions, like I said at the top of the podcast. So, yeah, he's awesome. He's so fun to watch. Um, we'll see how he does in this clutch moment. It's coming up. Miami, and then maybe we'll play Orlando or the 76ers. We're going to see how LaMelo handles these moments. That's really important for defining a player. But this regular season, he has been amazing.
Yeah, not to sound like Colin Coward, but like now, like when you close your eyes, like you can picture what a half court offense with LaMelo looks like. Like, it's going to be like some, obviously, like the flare screens that they love to do. You can see him like over dribbling to start, but like it doesn't seem to bother any other players, one iota, because the team shoots 4.5% better from three when he's on the court. Team effective field goal percentage +5 when he's on the court. They're 12.7 points better per 100 with him. Moose is second with 9.5. Obviously, they're pretty tied at the hip. And among starters, Miller is third with +3.5. Like LaMelo is the engine that makes this possible. And it's
For
been
sure.
beautiful to see after, you know, this long, it finally come to fruition. And like, yeah, like the guy's a menace in the half court now. It's beautiful.
For sure, man. Yeah, I mean, it's the threes, it's the lobs, it's the insane passes. Yeah, super fun team. So number two, who'd you have? This is maybe more interesting.
I had Kon number two.
I also did, and honestly, this is why I gave Brandon Miller some love for most improved player, the second one, because he can feel like the odd man left out. Like it's a people are like, oh, the duo of LaMelo and Kon Kneuppel. It's really a three-headed monster. It's really a big three. But yeah, it is LaMelo one, Kon two, Miller three at the moment. And Kon led the team in win shares with 8, which by the way is the most by any Hornet since the 2017-18 season with Kemba Walker. Uh, Only other player in Horncats history to have more than 8 is Gerald Wallace. So that's rare air for the Hornets right there. Gerald Wallace, Kemba Walker, Kon Kneuppel. That's some big names. Top 25 in the NBA in points this season. That's more points than Cooper Flag, by the way. Leading the NBA in three-pointers made while being 11th in the NBA in three-pointers attempted per game. And one more stat for you, Tim. Here's the list of players who shot more times per game than Kon and had a higher true shooting percentage. Jokic, SGA, Giannis, Jimmy Butler, KD, Stephen Curry. That's it.
Ooh,
So
so what? Butler, Giannis, and Curry didn't play full seasons. That's insane.
For sure. There were 35 players that shot more than Kon but scored less efficiently. Cooper Flag scored a lot less efficiently and shot more than Kon, for example. But yeah, there are a ton of other players you can think of, like Anthony Edwards, like pretty much any other good player you can think of, shot more than Kon and scored less efficiently.
Yeah, it's just because with rookies, you assume even with like an insane rookie year like Khan, you're like, well, just advanced stats just generally aren't that kind. Then you're like a 3.5 offensive box plus minus. Like, whoa, like that's like major stuff. Yeah, like tied with the win shares. The win shares is insane. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel pretty confident if Khan is our best player in a game, I know that we can win it. Um, like if Melo's having an off night, Miller, yeah, it's really been it's a revelation. Definitely a distant second, but like enough that, he qualifies for the ballot.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I think one, two, and three are like pretty close. I mean I agree that it was clear cut LaMelo Kon then Brandon, but really the margins here are pretty small. Like if Kon had played 65 games and Miller had played 81, would it be flipped? Probably.
Yeah, and also, I mean, let's say that Khan kind of carried over starting at that Knicks game and just went on a tear, could have taken the number one spot. Slumped at the wrong time, not getting his first Horney award.
Yeah, that's I mean he already got one. He
Yeah,
already
but
he already got
The MVP is the one that people really care about. That's why they get out there and play.
I mean I some people care about the most heartbreaking the most. We've had some highlights there.
Trey Mann came in locked in this season.
He had it locked up after 20 games.
He was like 18-footer. As for Mark.
Charles Lee puts him at the end of games just for us, dude. I'm dead. All right. Last horny best moment, Tim. What'd you have?
All right. Well, I wanna you go first. You go
Okay,
first.
okay. All right. So Tim, we had a 9 game win streak. But then we went on a 1-3 stretch after that, where the suspensions happened and all that. Um, and then we went on a 5 game winning streak. And so, like, there's some questions in my head going around. Was like, all right, was that 9 game win streak just like kind of a blip? But then we went on a 5 game winning streak, but we were beating some pretty easy teams like the Wizards and maybe the Pacers. I don't remember exactly. And we had this game kind of circled on the calendar against the Boston Celtics. And what did we do? We beat the shit out of them. We beat them by 29 points. LaMelo was hitting like 40-foot step backs on Jaylen Brown. Moussa was dominant. We destroyed the Celtics. And for me, like to quote Kevin Garnett, I was like, anything is possible. This team could win the finals. After that game, uh, I felt just so good.
Yeah, that was one of my three honorable mentions. For
Okay,
sure.
okay. What's your top moment?
So I'm gonna stand by what I said the other week, and I went through the entire schedule, fine tooth comb. Um, I'm still going with that Knicks game. That was our fifth win in a row. We had the sixth seed coming up against the Sixers the next, is that 2 days later, 3 days later. And it was a close game because the Celtics game. So my honorable mentions were Celtics blowing the doors off OKC, blowing the doors off Denver. But some of that just seemed like, okay, like, are these teams like sleepy? Are we just getting like really hot? Like, is this just like, I don't know, like lucky stuff? And the Knicks game, I was like, we see them in the first round. Like, this team's ready for the playoffs right now. Like, it was a homestand. That's, again, I stand by it. That's my favorite game that's happened at Spectrum Center.
Yeah, I like that one too. And I mean, it's like the Knicks were giving us their best effort. The Celtics didn't have Tatum, so I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and it just seemed like, the game, it's not that the game was over against Celtics so soon, but like we definitely were texting and I was like, we could make the finals.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
that probably was the actual, like, as far as euphoria goes, that'd be number one.
Yeah, and I mean, I think another honorable mention for me was that Spurs win because
Oof.
like in that streak, right? Like it felt like that was another game where he had circled like this is when the streak is probably going to end, and it
Yeah.
didn't. And that like kept on happening, right? Like the Celtics game is another example where you have this game circle like all right, like we're probably not going to beat the Rockets, right? And then we did. And we just kept it rolling. But yeah, the Spurs game for me, that was the first one of those where I was like, holy shit, like this team's for real.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. I mean, what an exciting season to have, you know, that is like, number 4, number 5, like
Yeah.
the number one most years.
For sure. I also had one more honorable mention. Just gonna throw this in there as the last, sort of F your rookie moment. The one of the best moments of the season was with the Mavericks up by
Oh,
one. Uh and Cooper Flag makes a bad pass. Kon Kneuppel steals it, taps it, grabs it, goes down to the other end, gets fouled, makes two free throws, wins the game for the Hornets, locking in the Rookie of the Year award.
yeah, I do. I was a little nervous. I was sending you the stuff, and I was like, man, the Vegas books will come out, and I got to give a big shout out to the goat Brian Windhorst for going out there and being like, yeah, I mean, this Cooper Flag stuff doesn't really matter. It's like they're feeding him the ball like he's Bam out of bio against Washington. And I was like, a couple media members have come out. Now it looks like Khan should be good to go after a little dicey run there for like 5 days where Cooper Flag was putting up garbage time numbers.
No, it flipped back. Yeah, I mean Cooper's actually favored right now, but I mean we're gonna see how that turns out, and we'll react one way or another when that award does get announced. I mean, I really think it could go either way. I think it's just a coin flip at this point. You know where we stand when one player is shooting, 43% on threes and the other one's shooting like 30%. I don't think it's really that
But the
difficult.
defense, dude. But the defense.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, no. Oh, also, last honorable mention, the Milwaukee game early in the season when Khan just kind of went ballistic. That was like the first time where I was like, okay, is this guy actually like really, really good? It was just a little moment of euphoria, just talking about close games and all that jazz.
Yeah, I barely even remember that game. So yeah, that's a good one. That's a strong pool. Okay. The listener's favorite award. Tim, I'm gonna let you have this one because I kind of wish that it didn't even make an appearance here. Media Corner of the Year. What do you have?
All right, so I shouted out uh, Yee Yee earlier. I'm actually just going to go with Edward Yang, the director of that film, for kind of having one of the craziest 3 movie runs of all time with Taipei Story, Brighter Summer Day, Into Yee before his untimely passing. If you are ever on the fence about like what is the reason to watch like foreign movies, you got to put your phone down, it's stupid, they're boring, watch Taipei Story and get back to me. It's a movie that is so beautiful about a somewhat innocuous year in someone's life that you are like locked in with every scene and you're also like, I cannot wait for what this transition cut is going to look like. Um, I'd recommend it's pretty easy viewing. I believe it's available to stream some places. Hit me up if you need a link. If it's not, but yeah, it's Edward Yang, someone that was taken too soon, but I think is one of just the most humanist filmmakers that you can ever see. And there's a lot of style to it that's understated. And I would always recommend that as like a good entry point if you're looking to get into non-English cinema. They're not pretentious movies. They're just salt of the earth people. So Edward Yang, God bless.
All right, Tim. I'm kind of doing mine off the cuff here, as I always do for Media Corner. I'm just gonna go with the best concert I went to in the past calendar or the past year. Wolf Alice. Have you ever heard of
Really?
them? Yeah,
Yes.
they ripped. They ripped. They were in Austin, Texas. I went there with my friend and a date. And it was an awesome concert. Live. Their most recent album is probably not my favorite. The previous album is better. But they have like a wide range from like angelic type music and like slow songs that make you want to cry to just like punk rock. Um, and yeah, it was awesome. So the date that I was with said it was like a 6 out of 10 concert. And
Mm.
yeah, that's when I knew that that was not going to last very long. And I was correct. So, uh, yeah, Wolf Alice just out here clarifying relationships.
Wow, Mark. Just when I think I got you figured out, you drop that. High quality stuff. Do we got time for more media corner, Mark?
No, 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 no,
Um,
no, we don't do this. This is a long podcast.
now the people want to hear the updated 1975 takes, Mark. We'll do that. We'll do that next week. We got time.
Yeah, I mean, we have another live emergency podcast coming after this win tomorrow night. So,
Yeah. The first in-person pod since we drafted Jalen Duren.
yeah, we're recording from the parking lot. All right, if you've enjoyed the show, please do leave us a review on Apple Podcast or rate us on Spotify. Tell a friend about the show. Those are the ways to support the show. We'll really appreciate it if you could do either one of those two things.
Yeah, absolutely. Take your friend's phone, add the podcast, add a review. Um, do your part. Do your part.
But where's your play it from a speaker in the park? We gotta do that too,
Well,
right?
that's understood. All of our listeners already know that. I'm
Yeah,
adding new
got you.
instructions by the week. Write your Congress people. Yeah, do what you can. Get the word out there. Also, watch Edward Yang. Watch all of his films. Internet Archive if you can.
All right,
Second most
Tim, it's
important
been
thing.
real. I will see you in 23 hours.
See you in 23 hours. You be safe out there, Liquor Mark.
Peace.
Peace.